we have another versus battle that's potentially brewing. I don't want to get nobody hopes up and say it's like a fact, but apparently Swiss Beats on the Instagram Live has said that that he's working on getting a Tribe Called Quest, Outkast versus, and if somebody was to ask me, I would think it ain't too many people that could probably see Outkast and something like that. Yeah. But I actually heard, I was like, damn, I didn't think of that one. That's a good one. Yeah, so like, who y'all got? Who, and put away your Andre 3000 bias, both of y'all.
I know it's in here. On everything, it's impossible, but I will say Andre 3000 when Fight Dog died said there wouldn't be no Outkast without a Tribe Called Quest. So I'll give him that.
Fight Dog said that?
No, Andre said there wouldn't be.
Okay.
But
and I love Fight Dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go with Outkast. I want Outkast. I mean, it's really like this, but it's like.
Well, you gotta remember, we talking culture and like it's like I was saying the other day about like your impact. So, nigga, what Outkast are you gonna play? You know what I mean?
From Southern Playalistic to what was that last one?
I mean, the last one to know probably Idlewild. Like,
well, okay, Idlewild. Yeah, we go here.
Which again was like, a balance because you had like a Hollywood divorce, but then you have, it's like.
I don't know, man.
And then one of the Outkast's biggest songs is "Hey Ya," but I mean, I wish them niggas would try to pull that out.
No, you got pulling out "Hey Ya." I don't care, you pulling out "Hey Ya."
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, they have to just for the fact of how
that better be a bonus or something. Don't put that in the version.
Got, though. Like, think about it. That was in movies. That was in everything. Like, it's a lot. I mean, when I think about Outkast, I love Outkast. So it's like I think about how they even was on the soundtrack for Scooby-Doo, Land of a Million Drums. Like, that's my shit. That's one of my definite get-off songs. But it's like them as a group in itself, Speaker Box Below, obviously. Equipment Southern Playalistic, like all of them. Like,
album,
I love that album.
It's by far.
I feel like Speaker Box The Love Below, I have more acquaintance with that. I know probably all the songs.
But that was like Dre experimenting too. Yeah. So it's
fair.
like, dude,
and that's fair. I like their older stuff.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Yeah, like I miss the baseball jersey. Dre, that's the one Outkast I'm thinking about. Like,
no, I get you.
But a Tribe Called Quest for me, they like foundational hip hop, where it's like the boom, bap.
And I feel like they dabble with having the combination of jazz in there too.
Yeah, but Outkast, they blend like the foundational hip hop, but they for sure, went beyond it and experimented without question. And then I mean, we can even go to like appearance. You feel me? Like Andre 3000 with the clothing, like.
I mean, we can talk about the perm shit.
Yeah, we can go there.
I love Drake too much to sit there and say what I think.
Are we gonna keep it straight to music? Just straight music, or we doing like just like the whole?
I'm talking.
I mean, because we have another conversation about like. All the nuances of music.
Because, I mean, we could go deep. But Andre 3000, we can go deep.
But he's absolutely right, though. Like, Tribe is clearly a direct influence of the Outkast when you listen to it. Like, Q-Tip is one of my all-time favorite producers, easily. And I think he's very criminally underrated in 2020. I think he was getting more of his flowers until, of course, this young generation comes around and I mean, not to discredit them, because I mean, I'm not the typical 20-some-year-old. Like I do my research.
But even talking about like lyricism and stuff, a Tribe Called Quest was up there, same with Outkast.
Sure.
But however, a Tribe Called Quest
was monster.
They cold with it. So it's like, but for me personally, it's like once I got into doing poetry, spoken word. Their instrumentals hit different for me. So it's like, the music making, the producing from Q-Tip, the whole thing, it's pretty fucking dope. I can definitely say I will listen to a way more Tribe Called Quest instrumentals for building upon as opposed to Outkast. It's the combo pack. Their lyricism goes with their music, and that's that. Right. It's kind of harder to try to, for myself, being someone who loves words, loves wordplay and all that, it's harder for me to try to think of a rhyme or a freestyle, a rap, or a poem to go with Outkast tracks or instrumentals because we're not used to hearing them. With a Tribe Called Quest, it's like they openly have a whole, CDs or two, tapes and stuff where it's like it's just instrumentals. Right. It's just the
Tip is that type of producer where you can just like if you studying or painting,
you can vibe out and just zone in into whatever you're doing.
It's
and just
a very consistent
vibe. There's a flow going,
right. And then his influence, like Pharrell, Kanye, let's go on. And some of the most legendary producers have credited Tip as like their biggest direct influence.
As they should.
So, I'm hella excited about it. Like
I hope it happens.
I had told these two about it. Well, I had sent them the notes for it, and they was like hella excited. Once they seen it as well. Like,
I'm gonna still edge Outkast a little bit, but it's like I can't choose, bro.
I can't either. I can't even say I would think in my head Outkast against anybody. Like I think Outkast is the greatest group of all time, but.
But we got to think about for me, Outkast. When I think about Outkast, it's like, all right, well, there's that, but it's like we got to think about the two individuals. These are both dope individuals separately because Big Boy has his catalog that I fuck with in itself,
for sure.
And their lyricism is on point for me.
They're like the perfect match.
This is probably like the only verses that I watch through and through.
You gonna watch the 3 hours this time?
To be completely real, I'm like, but I can't help it. Like. Those are two monumental people for me. Outkast, like I said, grew up with. A Tribe Called Quest is something I more dove into over the last couple of years.
Right,
but it's like when it comes to Outkast, it's like the Speaker Box Love Below collection and the little compilation of the music videos and stuff. Like I would watch that every other weekend, picking up my sisters from the Valley. Like that was a memory for me, a nostalgic kind of thing. Like even the more off the wall, so the experimental songs, The Whole World, things like that. Like those are my shit. Like from the videos, when I look back at them, it's like, bruh, can we talk about the conceptual?
What was that other song where they had it was like a music video? Everybody came out the houses or something like that.
You talking about Bombs Over Baghdad?
Or Ghetto Music?
Nah, it was like Dre was. It was on. Matter of fact, they used it in How High when they was studying this shit. Where he was like, nah, 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 nah.
Oh, yeah, that Bombs Over Baghdad. Hell yeah. That shit.
And I skipped it off.
That was different.
And the way they switched it up so many times, like with the video, Patti LaBelle being in it, like
Bombs Over
they
Baghdad
did their shit.
Probably win the verses.
But I feel like that whole album though, like of just the mix. Yeah, Stankonia is one of my favorites.
I don't think they have a bad album.
They don't.
They don't
and
have
they have well over 6, 7.
At least
hard
albums at least.
ATLians, Aquemini, Stankonia.
Speaker
Box Love Below as one album. Then they got.
And then if I count that out, what else with it?
So it's like 5, 6.
Yeah.
My last question on this: do y'all think IG 3000 is gonna show up?
No.
I'm about to say that's debatable, but I highly doubt it. Like I would love to see him, but it's.
I think if he shows up, that is gonna break the Instagram Live record. I think that's well over
it's
a
funny
million.
how him and Erykah Badu have a kid together. They're very similar in the sense of being very sporadic and being seen. Right. At least nowadays, y'all are great, yet y'all the most spotty motherfuckers around right now when it comes to appearances.
You seen that video when he was at when Drake 3000 was at the Grove? And he was like, he had, I think he had a mask on at some point, but he was playing the flute. Yeah, and somebody caught him. And it went viral everywhere. Everybody was so happy just at the fact that there was an appearance of this nigga at some random ball in LA. It just shows his impact.
Playing the flute.
And then for me, it's even when he had his little animated show on Cartoon Network, being the teacher and stuff, the music teacher, it's little things like that. I remember nuances from. I love Andre 2000. He's
who don't. If you don't, I probably I look at you kind of funny.
He's everything.